Hi guys, so the time has come where I've got to do my oil change. I've been putting it off for ages. I've had the stuff and I just couldn't be bothered. But today's the day when I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to go and get the car, stick it on the ramps and show you what it's like. Right, before I go any further, I've got to make sure that I've got the right tool for the job, because the worst thing would be if I started draining the oil and didn't have the tool to take the filter off. So I'm going to just check that I've got the right tool. So looking in my box of these, this one seems to fit and it's a 6514. But first we've got to drain the sump and drain the filter. So on the Toyota iQ, this is the filter housing. So your ratchet goes in there and then you can undo this and drain the filter. So first I'm going to drain the filter by undoing this. The whole filter's turning. Right, so the sump plug is a 14mm. Just use a bar to help me. Makes life a little bit easier. That's it, just crack it off. Right, position your bowl underneath. Remember, the flow is going to probably go backwards. It's very loose. So, oh, sod it, let's go for it. Right. That's the oil draining. So, I'm going to undo the filter now. No. So the whole thing's undoing. So as you can see, the whole housing's turning, and it's not just the part that I want to come out. So I'm going to have to leave that and just treat it like a normal filter, which is a shame because I wanted to show you the proper procedure. But I've got no way of holding that. So I'm going to have to just take the whole thing off. There's one here. Quite annoying really. I know it's going to make a mess, it always does. And the oil's started to come now. So I'm going to leave it to drip for a while. Once that's stopped dripping, I can then take it off. That's it. And that's that. I really can't see why you need to use the drain thing. That's perfectly normal to do that. Right, now find yourself a clean surface to work on. So here's your filter housing. There's the old filter and here's the new filter. It also comes with some gaskets and this little contraption here, which is supposed to do the draining, but unfortunately we didn't get to do that, which is a shame because I wanted to show you the procedure. So had I have been able to get the filter off, so there's this part here that's supposed to come out underneath the car before this part. Then what you do is you push this into there and you drain your oil out. Now I presume this is so that you don't make a mess, but actually it didn't make too much mess the way I did it anyway, so I don't really need to worry about that. Right, now we need to get the old filter out. So for this I normally just use a pick, but you probably just get hold of it and pull it out. There we go. That's it. There's the old one. That's out. Give your filter housing a bit of a clean. Take a pick. Gently remove your old O-ring. It's the old O-ring. And then replace it with, you guessed it, your new O-ring. Make sure you get it in the right groove. It's not really, I wouldn't have thought it's possible to get it in the wrong one, but you never know. Right, now we do need to make sure we lube the O-ring, because otherwise it might split trying to put it in. So grab some of your new oil. I've got proper nice oil here as well. Look at that. And I just dip my toe in it. Just run it around the new O-ring just to make sure it's nicely lubed. It's actually quite a loose O-ring, this one. I noticed the old one was as well, so not sure why that's that loose, but there you go. Now we're going to pop in our new filter. That's it, spring loaded, seated nicely, and then we're going to go back to the car and refit this filter housing. I also have a nice new sump plug here, which I'm also going to fit. Is to screw in a new filter. Because it came off with this, I'm just going to use this to do it back up. Now, I think the last person over tightened this quite a lot, so it was very, very tight to get off. I'm just going to nip it up like that, that's fine. So that's everything done underneath the car. Now all I've got to do is go up and fill the oil up from above. I always use a funnel because I hate having oil and stuff down the engine. And as you can see, I'm using Castrol Magnatech, which is very unlike me. I must really love this car, and I do love this car. It's a fantastic car. So what happened there was the funnel moved, and now I've got oil all over the engine. I've got to try and clean it all off.